Survival.
Survival.
Survival? Who is this Survival? Does he have the latest survival tips? Look here, I've made a makeshift shirt out of a pair of pants. When disaster strikes, you must learn to survive if you want to survive. And sometimes, staying alive takes extreme measures. Now, the trick to this one is... Get back! Can't you see I have to preserve the species? All this and more on this episode of In the... Samito, I sentence you to life in prison for the crime of being too sexy.
I knew being horny on Twitter would catch up to me eventually, god damn it.
I'm just kidding, it's tax fraud.
Fuck!
So, you're now in prison. The roughest, toughest bad boy in prison walks up to you and he goes, "What's your name, cadet?" What do you do?
Cadet.
You don't know
They say in prison.
my name? You don't know who I am? You're asking my name?
I smacked you to the ground.
My name? But my face is now on the ground. You don't know my name? And then I just keep doing that
Doubling
until they put
down.
me in the psych ward. My immediate thought would be, you gotta befriend the biggest guy there.
I
you
don't
know?
reckon you go to the biggest guy and you punch him in the mouth. That's stupid, unless you are also one of the biggest guys.
Even if you are one of the biggest guys, if you're the biggest dude in a prison, I imagine you've now also got ties with everybody else.
So 3 of the biggest guys are going to now show up and shank you
They're
while
all
you're
triplets,
asleep.
which is
It's
scarier.
fucking
You don't know
stupid.
So
who's who.
instead, what you do is walk up to the roughest, toughest guy in town and you give him a big kiss on the lips.
Exactly.
Consider us friends.
I'm here to play ball.
Okay, let's say big prison guy comes up to you and he goes, "Samito, you looking pretty cute.
Oh, thanks, man.
You're my new boyfriend now.
Oh, hell yeah. Can I be the top?
Can I be the
And then just hope for the best at that point, I guess.
Fuck, that's great. Yeah, he's such a selfish lover. I can't stand it.
You're at VidCon?
Okay, for real though, I assume, and I also listen to some like podcasts that talk about like, I don't know, true crime stuff and like also like inside, like what's going on inside like prisons and stuff. And it seems like unanimously people are always like, fly under the radar in prison if you like want to like no one to mess with you. You just fly under the radar. Just mind your own beeswax and that don't try to get too affiliated with any group of people because then that group of people might have beef with another group. Just chill. I mean, easier said than done. You're in prison, so it's not going to be a very chill time, but just fly under the radar.
And
What I've
I,
heard-
for whatever reason, go, "Hey, yo, internet historian."
Holy fuck, yes. So I would turn around with everyone else and be like, where?
Where
But I'd
is
have
he?
to do it in American. Oh, where? Awesome. There's no main channel anymore.
So let's just say you walk up to me and you go, "Hey, Sumeto." And I'm like, "Hey, haven't seen you in a while." But then the dude next to us goes, "Internet historian? Are you the internet historian?" And then suddenly everybody in a 360 around us turns and sees you.
Honestly,
Must suck.
I think I would just take off running.
So proud of this community.
No, wait. Okay, you're in VidCon. Fan comes up to you. "Oh, Samito, I love your stuff. Like and subscribe and all that. I love your catchphrase. Whammy."
You know how I say. Thanks for watching, guys.
Classic.
Whammy.
I just want to... And then they just start crying. Like, inconsolably crying. Right? What do you do now?
That's a Sumeto Media subscriber. You got to be a pro. I start crying with them.
Okay, it's now been
Empathy.
15 minutes
Empathy.
of abject wailing.
Inconsolably. Oh, yeah. I'm on the floor. Wah,
Kicking
wah.
and screaming.
It's just 2
legs in
people
the air.
just like making a scene.
Any real Sumeto Media fan would join me on the floor. Yo, was that fucking Sumeto? Oh, I got to join in. There'd be 30 or 40 of us middle of the VidCon floor.
Exploit the mob mentality and just create a silly time.
To be that vulnerable.
So, you're at...
And also then like that the crying person, who knows? They might not feel as, I mean, I don't know if they would be embarrassed, but if they were like, "Oh no, I feel weird that I'm doing this." They would misery loves company.
VidCon. You've just shit yourself. And you're about to get out the door. And then you suddenly hear in this sense, "Samito! Samito! Come here! We've just formed a breakdancing circle. It's your turn."
Oh,
No.
man.
What do you do?
I'm walking up to you. "Hey, internet historian, what's
okay, I feel like at that point, if someone's like, "Oh yeah, it's you, you're in the breakdance," I feel like you would just have to do something silly, like sit on the ground and like hug your knees to your chest and like spin yourself around in a circle, going wee wee, like you would, or like just lay face down on the ground or planking or something like that. Like you can't, if you can't breakdance, you can't give it a genuine effort. You have to spin it in a way where people are like, ah, classic internet person, so funny, you know?
What's up, clean shorts, huh? And then I just take off my shorts and everybody can see, like, yeah, you can't dance like me, Mr. Clean Short. And now everybody's making fun of you.
I just start inconsolably crying.
The cycle starts again.
I would walk up to the biggest, toughest, crying internet historian and just kiss him on the lips. So
People would record that and like post it everywhere. I mean, that's a net win.
We're on a plane. The plane is going down. Uh-oh, Sumito.
oh no.
What do you do?
As the plane is falling, I would just wait until we're about to crash into the ground, and I would just jump up really hard, and then boom, I'd just be alive.
Perfect. There I was.
That's how it works,
I'm getting
yeah.
on this flight. And I sit down on my seat.
Sure.
I have my carry-on bag. I put that on the floor. Everything's going normally. There's a lady sitting next to me. She's sort of like my age, and exchange pleasantries. And then I pick up the bag and I put it on my lap.
Right.
Looking for my, I don't know, phone, whatever. And I put the bag back down on the floor. And then I look down, and what has happened is someone has left a fucking candy bar on the floor, and it has gotten on the bottom of the bag, and now it is on the front of my lap.
Oh.
And so it looks like I have shit
About your
from the
front.
front of my pants.
As you do. Yeah, that's embarrassing.
And now it's like, well, okay, I've engaged this person who's sitting next to me in conversation, and I can't have them look over and notice that I've got, like, shit on the front of my pants.
Disgusting!
Right.
I've got to acknowledge this somehow. I think, okay, maybe I'll be frustrated, but also...
But if you over-explain, then they just think you're weird too. Maybe they won't notice. I mean, if it doesn't smell, then maybe they'll be like, ah, candy something. Like, or they got food on their pants. I don't know. Tough situation.
So laugh to myself, ha 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 ha. She sort of turns over and, oh my god, there's chocolate all over the front of my pants.
Right.
I even like lifted the bag, yep, there it is, trying to be casual about it.
Right.
And then she's very helpful, right? She turns to me, she goes, oh, do you want some water to clean it off? And so she's got this big open bottle. I was like, actually, yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Sure.
So,
Wait, is this a real story? I'll stay tuned.
I don't know, I was just kind of nervous. So I just thought, yeah, this makes sense. So I started pouring some of the water from the water bottle onto the front of my crotch. And I'm like, I'm not thinking. Like, I don't have any tissues. I don't have anything.
The water hits your balls, and you're just like, wait a second.
And then you're sitting in that wet
And it all
scene.
dawns on me. I've just gone to the bathroom and sorted the problem out in private.
Clearly, she didn't even think of that
fuck,
either.
Dude.
Of course I could. Why am I still sitting in this chair? And that becomes
Chair that is now
instantly
wet.
funny to me. Uh-oh, I can't hide this. This is like I'm crying with laughter. And
Yeah, now, if you're like, oh, shoot, I should have just gone to the bathroom to fix this. Now you have to, it's not even just the woman. Now you have to walk past everyone with a wet brown crotch.
I don't know how to
Upsetting.
express. Because part of the joke is the fact that I'm awkward.
Right.
And so there's no way to express what's so funny to her. And so I just look like this psycho. So we politely ignored each other for the rest of the flight. Anyway, the point of why I'm telling you this story is because at one point we flew through a storm. It's incredible. It's like seeing something of such a scale and power that you realize exactly in that moment how not only fragile you are, but insignificant.
Right.
And it must be what it's like to be an astronaut and see Earth from the moon.
Right.
It was like this, except it was darker and angry looking than that.
That's cool.
It was like...
Yeah, it's crazy.
Dozens of them every second, all over. Like, I'd never had that experience of just the sheer... fuck.
Yeah, it's nuts, yeah.
And in that moment, it felt as though the world could be ending.
I saw this TikTok where this dude had a pair of shorts, and the back pockets of the shorts were exactly the same as the front pockets, Instead of being flat, they were just like angled off to the side. So like if you accidentally pissed yourself, you could just flip the shorts around and then no one would know.
Think about what you're saying right now, man. How would I have shit the front of my pants?
It's such a beautiful contrast between this story. Let me see it. Let me see the shorts.
Back to front shorts. Oh, he's
NordVPN renewed the contract.
Yeah, but he's dead.
I have an idea, but it's gonna take a lot of Photoshop.
The level of editing detail.
Upgrading 4 months free with a 2-year plan. Uploading international Netflix catalog. Installing a huge saving on a 2-year plan. Why not? Integrating savings with region-specific pricing. So good. Oh my god, so much money you saved. It's all coming back to me now. I remember everything.
You're not done yet, Nord man. You can die when you're finished.
Torture thing.
You're right. I've still got work to do. Excuse me. Do you have Nord? Get Nord. Fuck you, buddy. Click the link in the description. Fuck you, get Nord. It's risk-free with Nord.
My god,
Tiny down
he's
there.
back.
NordVPN.com/incognito.
So
Right,
you're in an
elevators.
apartment building. You realize there's a zombie apocalypse, so you hop onto your elevator. The second that you hit the button, the cable snaps.
Oh my god.
You're in a free fall.
Yup.
You have maybe 8 seconds to think. Survival instincts, go.
So we'd be falling, right? I'd spot at the top, oh my god, there's like a vent.
Right?
And so I'd get out my pocket knife and I'd start using the knife part to like undo the screws.
Okay.
I'd do it real quick, you know.
Yeah, you've only got 8 seconds, so you gotta be fast.
Before I jumped out though, I'd press all
Like
the
a pit
buttons.
stop guy.
Right.
And then that way, like, the doors would be opening as the elevator is falling past the doors.
Just gonna chance it to just jump out at a floor.
And then I'll be climbing up on the outside of the elevator, right? Just before we hit the ground,
All in 8
I'll wait for one of these
seconds.
doors to open and I'll just snap right through, do an action roll,
Excellent.
and then land on my
Action roll.
feet. No problem.
Congratulations. You have made it to the lobby. However,
Oh, no.
fungal type zombie invasion.
Oh my god.
You have bumped into Herstoриan. If you breathe in this fungal infection, you will die. What is the most effective way for you to keep your breathing clear so that you don't turn into the Last of Us style zombie?
Okay, maybe you rip a sleeve off your shirt or something and you wrap it around your face, but before you wrap it around your face, you pee on it.
I will say that there is a reason I picked Herstoриan.
Oh, you take a bra and you cut it in half.
A bra, because of the tremendous amount of elastic, can be forged into a much thicker and more effective face mask
Right.
than any sort
I have actually like heard that before. Like pre-COVID, someone told me that once and I was like, that's not true. But it absolutely is. Like, and there's usually padding in there, so there's like a thicker layer of protection. That's a whole thing. Also, low-key, the elevator thing is something that has scared me since I was a child. And this building actually has like a really old, really cool, but really old elevator that I'm legit like scared to take most of the time. It's very cool. It looks like something from the 1930s, probably because it might have been originally built in the 1930s, but that's beside the point. Bra masks, they are a thing.
of t-shirt would allow you to use.
Oh, that's neat. The problem is Herstoриan has like triple J's, and so it's
Absolute anime.
it's just gonna go all the way on top of my head. Yeah.
Cut eye
what you can
holes.
also do, if it's a
ski
fungus
mask
problem,
now.
I always keep some athlete's foot cream in my jacket pocket.
Absolute immunity.
He's-
Perfect.
yeah.
Yeah,
he's
I
one.
would probably just cover my whole body with it. I love this. I love everything about this. Just imagine you are here to steal, but you don't want them to know that, so you got to act casual.
Of course.
You've got to act more casual than you've ever been in your entire life.
So
Just go in and act casual like you buy 'em all the time.
Yeah, I suppose I'm just looking left and right. How's it going, man? Yeah. All right, just putting it on, right? Keep the hands free.
too casual.
And then inch towards the mirror near the door.
Why is there a table filled with board games? Does it take a very long time to buy jewelry?
Hey, you want a game of Kaplunk while I decide?
Hey, I need an engagement ring and Stratego. Just buying a gold chain and my Adidas flip-flops.
He knows he doesn't have the money for this thing.
Honestly, my fiance and I love board games. If he had picked up my ring and also like freaking like Curse of Dracula or something, I would have been like, will you marry me? And also want to play Curse of Dracula, I'd be like, yes and yes, let's go.
His heart is racing. He probably doesn't know what to say. Here we go. He's probably counting down in his fucking head.
He's having a time.
2, 1.
Oh.
This guy like barely looks.
Take a look at that Sonic 3 style wind up. He does.
Literally.
No, it's locked.
You
I love this.
dumb
Why didn't he come in and
guy.
go, oh, and then just like test it by opening it back up?
Do you think he gets arrested? Do you think the guy just takes the Nexus back and go, dude, just fuck off? Like, you're so bad, just fuck off.
You still want to play Mousetrap, right? Oh, wah. There he is going to court.
I mean, what do you think was going to happen?
All right, what would you do? Thank you for coming into this jewelry store.
Yeah, absolutely. Can I try on this necklace, by the way?
No problem. Let me secure it fastly to your neck with a padlock.
Oh, wow. The doors are locked. You really keep the doors locked?
Oh, yeah, I know. We keep
doors
them
locked. I left my umbrella outside. Thought I could just run out and grab the umbrella.
Yeah, that's no problem. I'll grab the umbrella for you.
Yeah, sure.
You
Appreciate
stay
it.
right here.
Yeah, I'll stay here.
Right here. I am backing up to the door while still keeping perfect line of sight with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I am never losing my gaze as I am inching over to... All right, I got the umbrella.
Thank you.
Back in the door. I'm
Okay,
back in the door.
Yeah. You're back in the door. Cool. What can I help?
Here's the umbrella.
Appreciate it.
works
What can I
there
help you
now.
with today?
That necklace... Wait, what?
Yeah, this necklace? Yeah, absolutely. It's $2,500. If you want to try it on, feel free.
love this.
Let me know if you'll be
You
ready.
owe me $2,500.
What are you I'm on
Uno
this side of the
reverse.
counter. You just went out to get the
This is
umbrella,
nice.
buddy.
I saw you jump over.
I work here. I'm
Gaslighting the
allowed to
jewelry
jump over.
store
Listen, do you want to
employee.
see the necklace or not? Tell you what, for you, best price, $1,500.
If this is something I can buy, how come it's padlocked to your neck?
Honestly, you're being a little bit hostile right now.
Theft
I'm going to unlock
prevention.
the door. I'm
Loss
going to give you one
prevention.
chance to get out of here before I call the cops, okay?
Fine, but I'm keeping the umbrella.
When I was in Bangladesh, guys would just walk around holding hands.
Oh.
I'd look at my cousin and I'd be like, yo, isn't it like way not okay to be gay here? Yeah, it's like way not okay. Like they would beat you in the streets for it. It's like totally not all right.
Right.
And I'm like, well, what's with those dudes? And he's like, well, they're not gay, obviously. What do you mean, obviously?
It is, I will say, that is like a friendship thing. In a lot of like South Asian countries. It's just like a thing. So they may have not been, or they could have been.
Obviously,
Who
they're holding
knows?
hands. He's
Not
like,
me.
yeah, but
I don't
like
know
in a
them.
straight way. Like if it was in a gay way, like they wouldn't be doing it all this openly, right?
Yeah. I sure hope they're making out in a straight way. Did your cousin then reach out his hand and like try to hold yours?
He did do that a few times, but I was not comfortable with it.
Really?
Yeah, you hold hands with your mate.
Do you kind of like swing your arms as you're walking?
Yes.
Kind of like you're skipping through a meadow?
Yes. Weirdly, stuff like that is normalized because it's like, well, of course you're not gay.
You are gay.
Okay, so if it's completely straight, I kind of don't understand the purpose of it.
That's where I got lost as well, because I was like, if it's not a romantic thing, what the fuck are we doing? Two dudes holding hands.
Cultural norms. I don't know, they're different everywhere. Legend for using that vine.
5 feet apart because they're not gay.
Are you holding it like this, or are you interlocking fingers?
Either or. I don't think that makes a difference.
Is it gay to just hold pinkies?
Probably not.
Or is it like, no, this is masculine, like you're gripping on firmly to a baguette?
No, not at all. I do think it's interesting that like holding hands with a guy is perfectly socially acceptable, but holding hands with a woman would be too much of a public display of affection.
Yeah.
It's a wonky world.
You had your hand like this, and then your mate comes along and he's got one finger. He just puts his finger like right through the hole.
I can't imagine. So long as the thing that's going through that fist is someone else's hand, I think you're fine.
Probably. Oh gosh,
Well, the
reality
problem
TV.
with slow-moving zombies is they're just too easy. You just barricade the house, go to
Right.
the second floor, and then kick the ladder down. And so they have to kind of manufacture stupidity into the scenario in order for anything to happen. Because otherwise you just go,
Coral.
maybe you do it as a reality show. So you go, here are the zombies. They are paid actors, of course, so don't go attacking them.
Sure.
Survive for 2 weeks. If they fake bite you,
Yo, if this was an actual show, I'm in. I want to do that. That sounds so fun. Do you know how many dreams I've had? Like, I have recurring dreams. It's not like the same dream, but it's like a dream where it's a zombie apocalypse and like I'm either trying to carry out a normal life, like I'm like going to an audition and like there's a zombie apocalypse outside that I have to avoid in order to get into the audition, or like I am like I have this one that's kind of recurring and like I am kind of the leader of this group of people who are like, there are different factions of people living in an abandoned shopping mall, and like I'm like the leader of one of them, and we're like trying to avoid zombies and like barricade the floors and like the sections and stuff like that. Like, so I already have ideas. If this is ever a real show, I want in. Let me in.
Then you're out.
So it's tag. Okay, yeah.
Creative reality TV show out. Samito, more suggestions.
A game where it's like 12 contestants, 6 women, 6 men. One of the men is a virgin, one of the females is a virgin. And the goal, who is the virgin?
Oh, no, but it's too easy. Like, I'd go to each of the guys and go, all right, fellas, have you still got your foreskins? All right. There you go. I can tell which one the virgin is. Oh, I lost mine.
I think I might have one. We call it Chastity House.
Okay.
Where nobody's allowed to jerk off or have sex.
Right.
That's basically.
That's already yeah. It's already a show.
Basically,
which is so
okay,
wild.
I've got another one.
What do you got?
But instead of like no sex, no wiping.
Brilliant.
So you can go number 2.
That
She's
sucks.
not allowed to clean up
That's
the area.
stinkiest
Oh, man,
house.
what would you even do? When it rains, everybody would just be hanging out outside.
Yeah, everyone would have to run
What if
outside
you
and be like,
set it up like the Truman Show? What you've got is this pre-built house, but there's actually walkways within the walls.
Love
so
that.
people, like producers and stuff, are within the walls.
Okay.
And it's called gaslighting. And all you do is just gaslight the shit out of the person. They put their toothbrush down and then they leave the bedroom. And because the whole thing is surveilled, a producer then comes out of a secret door, moves their toothbrush slightly, and then goes back into the wall. And then
people would get into so many petty fights. I think at some point, oh my gosh, people would need therapy afterwards. Like, I think people would like get into petty fights, which is, they would. Even though they know the concept of the show, they would still get into petty fights about it. They would make people share bathrooms specifically so this kind of stuff would happen. And people would be just like, by week 2, people would be just like either paranoid or having beef with someone, or there would be one person or a group of people who would like team up to start causing their own shenanigans and then blaming it on the producers just to mess with people, especially if there's like a voting out or elimination factor. Like, people would specifically mess with other people by doing what the producers are doing, but like to each other. I don't know if I'd participate in this one because that's a lot, but I would. You know what? Screw it. I would. That would be fun. But I would definitely watch it because that's silly.
you just see how long the person can get by without just going fucking mad.
I like it. That would
12
be...
contestants.
Okay.
It is a physical challenge like those Japanese...
Obstacle courses? Ninja?
Yes. But
Okay.
11 of them are actors. Every week, just one of them pretends to get horrifically injured.
Okay.
And then you just see how long it takes for this one guy who's not in on it to refuse to do the obstacle course. Okay, at some point we're going to have to get off reality television.
I don't think we do.
I'm going to throw in one
These
for
are
a game
great.
show as well.
Okay.
I reckon it's something like... it's
Yes.
Wheel of Fortune,
Okay.
but it's nothing but racial slurs.
Brilliant.
Okay, you lost me there.
At the end, like, if you want to win the money, you have to say it out loud with an angry invective.
Can we get a G? 2 G's. Did you want to take a shot at the answer?
No.
Nope. All right, we're spinning for the 58th time.
Oh, fuck. All right, it's been 5 weeks and nobody's claimed the big prize.
Okay.
Honestly, though, for the person who wins that, like, and wins the prize, it's like you have all this money, but now so many people just that you don't even know just hate you, or are mad at you. So it's a win-lose situation.
Today's category is another racial slur. Here's the survival situation. You're at the end of a YouTube
tent.
video and we can't think of an outro.
What I do
What do you
is
do?
I just press the stop record button.
That was great.